Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jeff, and in today's video we are going to talk about garage sailing. What happened this weekend, a few items that sold. It was a pretty slow weekend on eBay, but it was a busy weekend garage sailing. Yesterday my wife and I, there was a community-wide garage sale in this one area, and I literally had wrote down 3 different pages of sales, like mapping out, and we only got through a third of them. I was a little disappointed about that, but I don't know, I guess I overestimated how ambitious we could be. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about items sold. We're going to talk about, and I'm going to show you a few items that I picked up this weekend, but I've got a few videos I'm going to be making this week. Basically highlights of this weekend's garage sales. I went out today as well by myself, found some stuff. I'm going to do a plush haul. I'm looking at a mountain, decent sized mountain of plushes over there that I've been setting aside to make a video, much like I did the esoteric book haul that I did. And we're going to have a part 3 to the esoteric book haul because I went back to the place where I got the other ones and pretty much cleaned them out. I brought my wife to that one. She did some shopping there as well, and bought some very unique items. This place had the most interesting things, meaning this person's parents had traveled the world and brought back so many interesting artifacts from Asia, China, Indonesia area, Africa. It was just, man, it was amazing walking into this place, seeing these pieces of art, statues, masks. It's just like, I wish I could have bought it all. Today was super busy. I sold a few things today, and I didn't even get a chance to take pictures of them for you guys to put them on the community tab. I pretty much had to come home from thrifting, package a few things that I was taking out to my shipper. And my wife, like I said, she wanted to go to that sale where I got all those esoteric books. And so we went there, and basically I filled my car. It was interesting what happened. It was one of those deals where they're selling their place, and they kind of needed to get rid of some stuff. And my wife was making a pile of things that she was buying, and he came up to me and he's like, I'll tell you what, he's like, I'm going to give you the books, like what was left. Now, the deal kind of was, I take everything. And there was a lot, maybe 40% of what I ended up taking that I'll probably just end up redonating because it's in German and they're lower grade conditions. I'll try to do a little bit of research, and if there's anything that I think I'll be able to sell. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with doing a little bit of work if I'm getting the stuff for free. That affords me the opportunity to take everything. So there was probably some things that I wouldn't have taken that could turn out to be worthwhile. I mean, that's kind of like what we do. We educate ourselves on a continual basis. And sometimes it takes getting a box full of free stuff, and then you got to put the time in, do some research, find out if there's any value, and then you add that to your Rolodex of things that you know to look out for. Just always be learning. And I love that. I love that aspect about this business. I like constantly learning about all kinds of different categories of things to sell. Like, that's what keeps me interested. For me, if I was selling the same thing day in and day out, I would just rather shoot myself. Like, it's just not me. Like, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't be in this business. For instance, so let me show you a few things that I got today and yesterday. And this is just, like, you got to keep in mind, things that I buy, like, these are not necessarily quick sells, but these are things that I like filling my store with. I think of my store as a brick and mortar store. I think of my store as an extension of the things that I like or the things that I like to sell. And I like to sell unique items. I like to sell collectibles. I also like to sell things that you wouldn't think would sell. So anyhow, let me start with this first piece. So this is a Monchhichi. Now, I don't know what this is. Okay, maybe if any of you have any ideas, I have some thoughts. So it opens up like so. Now, my wife thinks this is like something that would go on a car seat and it would rest. I only got the one, so if that's what it is, that's unfortunate. There's a lot of fans of this particular character. I don't know the history. I just know that there's a fan base for these kinds of plushes and dolls. So basically what I did was I had an existing plush up, and it was a large plush. So it's going to be, it was probably like, I don't know what that is, 1.5 feet, 2 feet. It's a big Monchhichi pillow plush that's like the head of the Monchhichi. Again, I don't know what these things are. I just know that there's collectors out there. So I just added this to that listing and then increased the price on the listing because it was already going to be over £1. Adding this to that listing doesn't increase the shipping, and it makes that overall item more attractive because there's 2 pieces now. So yeah, like I like selling this particular subject matter. Now this is something I got to do a little bit of research on. I got this for nothing. Like this was basically a garage sale that we had went to, and apparently they closed up shop early. It says on here, number 203, about 600 BC, Louvre Museum, handmade in Greece by D. Vassal something. I do not know how to. I'll have to look into this. So it's handmade. It's just this little pottery piece. Maybe it has some value, maybe it doesn't, but it didn't cost me anything. So I'll just do a little research. Yeah, so there's that. I got a pair of Roxy camo capris, brand new with tags. Anything camo will almost always sell. Roxy, this is seasonal. Roxy is a good brand. It's brand new. Got those really cheap. Now I bought this, and I know it's not complete, so I'm actually gonna probably sell it. I'm gonna part it out. It's probably what I'm gonna do. It's a Barbie, so it's very topical right now, and I need to get this listed like pronto to take advantage of the hype. But it's basically like an old vintage Sun Sailor, whatever that is. I'm drawing a blank. But my logic on this is that there's going to be people who have this and are missing pieces. So I feel like I didn't pay that much for it at all. And I don't know, it's cool. It's topical right now. It's a perfect time to get some stuff like with Barbie listed. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. And then the last piece that I'm going to show you for right now, I was at this church auction, this church sale that it started yesterday. I didn't make it to it yesterday, and I noticed that they had updated the listing, and they were basically like anything that was left is by donation. So you could pretty much just name your price. And this is an interesting time because I met a very interesting, why am I using the word interesting so much? I met a woman who has been in like the church sales, like her dad was a reseller as a hobby. And we had just a great conversation. I made a really good contact. It's always good to, when a situation presents itself and you have an opportunity to make a contact that could be mutually beneficial down the road, that's a good thing to do. Like, we had talked and she was saying how her dad, like, I found this completely interesting. She said that her dad used to, now this was years ago. I'm sure things are not the same, but she said that her dad found the most valuable things in the dumpsters of the thrift stores that they threw out of things because they just had no idea of the value. And it just got me thinking, like, wow, what a hardcore reseller. Like, I would love to have heard those stories from him as to the kinds of things that he had found. And I was just like, I told my wife this. She's like, no, you are not going dumpster diving. And I'm like, I didn't say that I was. I'm just like, that is being resourceful to the nth degree. Not only being resourceful, but just thinking outside of the box. Yeah, I appreciate stories like that so much. So anyhow, at this sale, it was like you kind of put together. Now I have a box of stuff that I got there. It's not worth showing right now because I don't know necessarily if there's actually anything in it to be like, to brag about, I guess. Sometimes, for me, the hunt is just finding value in everyday things that you would not think have any value, but they do. So, but one thing, I was able to get, like I said, a box of stuff that I'm going to go through. Literally paid like pennies on the dollar for this stuff. But there were a couple art pieces. I'm going to show one now. And I'll save the others. Well, let's see here. Maybe I'll just, because I'm not going to necessarily be able to do research on these. I'm probably going to list these locally for one. So yeah, let's just show the three that I bought. So the first one, it's just a painting, just, nothing special about it, but it caught my eye. It, it looks like something that would be good in somebody's vacation home, or a cabin, or something, by the ocean. The artist is Audrey. I don't know what that means, but the frame is in good shape. I feel like somebody is going to buy this. Okay. First, the next one. This looks like a European paint. Like that's the subject matter. Antoine Blanchard, maybe. So yeah, I mean, I picked this up. This caught my eye. So let's give that a shot. Selling that locally, and then Nefertiti. Like, I have always been a big fan of the Egyptians. This is not a painting. It's I don't know what it is, to be honest. It's like it feels like a burly, like a burlap sack kind of material. I can't really tell who the author is, or the artist is, but I like that. I thought that was nice. I think someone else. I've had luck selling Egyptian like scrolls in the past, and when I have luck selling a particular genre, call it, I buy more of it, and rinse and repeat. So, thrifting. Oh, sales. Yeah, let's get to some sales. Not much. It was actually, like I said, a pretty light week, and I can't show you the actual items, but I can tell you what they sold, and I can show you a picture, and I can talk about what I paid for them. These were IKEA. They were like some sort of metal legs. They look like that. Those sold for 63, and I think I paid about, like, thrift stores, they keep raising their prices. I actually paid up for these by thrift store standards. I think I paid like 12 for the pair, but I knew they would sell. Like, I have sold these before. One was brand new sealed, the other one was new, but it was opened. So, and that went to Canada. That went to Montreal, Quebec. So that went for 63. And then really it was just the other thing were just a couple comic sales. One was like for $5. Another one was for 20. And it was a Scotty Young cover. That probably means nothing to you, but he is a specific cover artist who draws like younger versions, like child versions of different characters, and his covers seem to be pretty popular. And he also has authored some comics as well, but he's kind of known for his covers. Other than that, just another comic for like $4, not really worth showing you. My one store hasn't actually had a sale for today, which is unusual, so I'll probably get some sales in the evening. I try to look at it like when my sales are slow, instead of thinking, oh, my sales are slow, I think, oh, that means more sales are coming. Because my store hasn't sold anything, more sales are going to be coming. So that's how I look at things. So other than that, stay tuned for like those 3 videos that I mentioned to you coming this week, and normal eBay day-to-day things. We'll be here another day, another dollar tomorrow. Have a good rest of your Sunday, and take care.